Have you ever wondered why you feel like you're in control of your life, even when things seem to be slipping away? It's a feeling we all share, yet it's one of the most misleading illusions we have. The truth is, we're not as in control as we think. Our brains are wired to give us the illusion of control, but in reality, we're navigating a world that's far more complex and unpredictable than we realize. This isn't just about making mistakes. It's about the fundamental way our minds interpret reality. Let's explore how this illusion works and why it matters. Imagine you're driving a car. You press the gas. The car moves forward and you feel like you're in control. But what if I told you that the car's movement is influenced by countless factors beyond your control, like the road conditions, the weather, and even the behavior of other drivers? You might think you're steering the car, but in reality, you're just reacting to a series of events that you can't fully predict or control. This is the same way our brains work. We believe we're making decisions, but in many cases, we're just following patterns our brain has already learned. Our brains are wired to seek patterns and make sense of the world. This is a survival mechanism that helped our ancestors survive in a chaotic environment. But this same mechanism can trick us into thinking we're in control when we're not. For example, when you're trying to lose weight, you might believe that your willpower is the key, but in reality, your brain is constantly battling internal and external influences, hormones, stress, social cues, and even your own habits. You might think you're making a choice, but your brain is already working behind the scenes to keep you on track. This illusion of control is also deeply rooted in how we perceive time. We often feel like we're making decisions in the present, but in reality, our brains are constantly processing past experiences and future possibilities. This is why we can feel confident in our choices even when we're not entirely sure of the outcome. Our brains are predicting the future based on past data, and we take those predictions as if they're facts. This is why people often say, "I knew it all along," even when they didn't have any real evidence. But here's the twist: our brains can't process all the information we're exposed to. That means we're constantly missing out on data that could change our perspective. For instance, when you're trying to make a decision, your brain is filtering out information that doesn't fit your current narrative. This is why people often believe in conspiracy theories or misinformation. It's because their brains are filling in the gaps with stories that make sense to them, even if those stories are wrong. This illusion of control also plays a role in how we handle failure. When something goes wrong, we often blame ourselves, believing that we could have done something differently. But in reality, many of our actions are influenced by factors we can't control. This is why it's so important to separate the illusion of control from the reality of what's actually happening. If you can't control everything, then you can't blame yourself for everything. Let's take a step back and look at this from a different angle. What if the illusion of control is actually a gift? Our brains evolved to give us a sense of agency, which is crucial for survival. Without the ability to feel like we're in control, we'd be paralyzed by uncertainty. But this same gift can also be a trap. We might overestimate our ability to control outcomes, leading to stress, frustration, and even poor decision-making. To break free from this illusion, we need to recognize that our brains are constantly working to give us a sense of control, even when it's not real. This doesn't mean we should stop trying to make decisions. It means we should be more aware of the process. When we understand that our decisions are often the result of a complex interplay of factors, we can approach life with more humility and curiosity. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the vastness of the world. You might think you're in control of where you go, but in reality, the wind, the terrain, and even the weather are all shaping your journey. You can choose your direction, but you can't control every step along the way. This is the same way we navigate life. We have choices, but we also have to accept that some things are beyond our control. This realization can be both liberating and challenging. On one hand, it allows us to let go of the pressure to control everything. On the other hand, it requires us to take responsibility for what we can control. It's a delicate balance, but it's one that can lead to greater peace of mind and more effective decision-making. So, the next time you feel like you're in control, take a moment to question that feeling. Ask yourself, what am I really in control of? And what am I not? By doing this, you'll start to see the world through a different lens, one that acknowledges the complexity of our lives and the power of our minds to shape our experiences. In the end, the illusion of control is not something to be feared. It's a natural part of how our brains function, and it can be a valuable tool if we use it wisely. By understanding how our minds work, we can navigate life with more clarity, compassion, and wisdom, and in doing so, we'll find that the greatest power we have isn't control, it's awareness.